You toy with wrathful forces.
I cannot argue with that.
Oh, I can argue with you, you cheap Sherlock Holmes knockoff. You know what? No. You aren't even a cheap Sherlock Holmes knockoff. You're a cheap knockoff of a cheap Sherlock Holmes knockoff. In other words, whoever decided to make this monstrosity of a movie is so far removed from the source material that it is destined to be doomed. Do you remember what happened the last time they tried Frankenstein this way? We got this ungodly piece of shit. Well, I'm back.
Trailer trash.
What up guys, Kyler Wilson here, and I've got a few pieces of housekeeping to go over before we get into this extremely terrible preview, so stick with me. So if you've been watching, you know that I've been in and out of town over the last few weeks on this reality show here in Nashville. Well, principal photography just ended. And in the words of Mel Gibson, Look, in all honesty, it was a great shoot. I was glad to be a part of it, but it was a really long commitment, and we worked a lot of long hours. I just came off of 9 days straight, working 12 to 14 hours a day, so I'm pretty exhausted. Glad that it's over. Got one more week of wrap stuff to do, but the videos should start coming back to you guys a lot more frequently like they used to. That said, I'm back and better than ever, and we're looking at Victor Frankenstein. With a C. V-I-C-T-O-R. Not a K. A C. So, clearly this movie is based on the original 1818 novel written by Mary Shelley called Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus. And I might be wrong here, but it seems as though this movie is being told from Igor's perspective. Which, this in itself, is the first problem with the movie. See, if you've read the book or know anything about the original story, Igor never was a part of it. Igor didn't become a part of this story until the stage play was adapted from the novel like 10 or maybe even 20 years after the book was written. Fine, I'll let them have Igor. They can have Igor. Fine. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into this trailer for you guys, and I will go on a very long rant afterwards. The trailer opens up, and it looks as though maybe this movie starts at the medical school where Victor and Igor meet.
That will change the world.
Also, I don't know if that's a wig, but if it's a wig, it looks like shit. On the flip side of that, if that's his real hair, then that also looks like shit. It looks like shit.
We shall create a life out of death. It's alive.
I'm reminded of Family Guy.
Oh my god, is that a rat?
Do you realize how significant this is?
Oh, I have an inkling.
No, you stupid shit. I have no clue how significant it is that I just brought a demon dog goat back from the dead.
I'm Detective Inspector
Holy shit, how short is Daniel Radcliffe? Huh, who knew? Dude was only 5'5".
I'm here to investigate missing body parts.
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
So this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. It really seems as though Igor has been being pushed as the main character of this film. I mean, hell, we're almost 30 seconds in. We haven't even heard Frankenstein's name yet.
Are you not afraid to challenge the natural order?
Mr. Frankenstein.
No.
And it's Frankenstein.
I swear to God they put this dialogue in the movie just for the preview.
Frankenstein?
It's Frankenstein.
It's just so terrible. So some of you may not know, but these trailer trashes are written by myself. And you know, I'm not just like coming up with all this stuff off the top of my head. I'm actually looking at the trailer, I'm analyzing it, I'm thinking about it, and then I'm writing what my comment is. That being said, when I watched this trailer for the very first time, I didn't know anything about it. And I didn't realize that we had a problem until this credit block. That's when I realized. Houston, we have a problem. This Thanksgiving. I mean, this might not seem like that big of a deal, but the way the credit block falls in and it's this Thanksgiving, it's just... I mean, it makes it seem like this is supposed to be a PG-13, like, family-friendly, oh, take the family during Thanksgiving sort of thing. And it's like, did you read the book? Did you read anything about the book? Did you ask anybody what it was about? Let's continue the trailer.
We shall create a man after our own image.
I cannot get over this fucker's hair.
Questions? Well,
You're welcome.
The credit block thing is just so blaring and in your face. And who the hell are these characters? I mean, these are like one-dimensional Marvel characters that just have like whippy dialogue and like no depth. The story of Frankenstein is so deep that if you fall in, you will fucking drown. I mean, I'm not even joking. It's like they watched a Marvel movie and said, maybe we should do that with Frankenstein.
I think it is time you met our monster.
Time we met our monster? That is not something Frankenstein would say. He didn't want to create a monster. He wanted to create a man.
Victor, no! Full charge!
On a side note, if this trailer were intended to be a teaser trailer, that would have been a great point to end it. Because Frankenstein used wolf vocal cords? I mean, seriously, listen to this growl.
It's alive.
well, that's rather obvious.
Sherlock Holmes, anyone? Look, at this point, I've probably driven that joke into the ground, and I'm sorry, but I'm only doing it because they've driven it into the ground that this is clearly intended to be like a Sherlock Holmesian sort of movie. In exactly 1 minute and 47 seconds, which is the length of this trailer, they have shown everybody they are more interested in making a big budget Hollywood blockbuster than a good movie. I mean, it's like they're screaming,
We want to make the third Sherlock movie, but we can't afford Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, seriously though, I'm just joking. Clearly, like, Fox doesn't own Sherlock Holmes, but it is very clear that that is what they were wanting to make, and it's just sad.
You have the chance to be part of something.
What?
Being electrocuted?
Yes, Igor, what part of I want to send thousands of watts of electricity into something dead and bring it back to life did you not understand?
Chased by monsters.
Hunchback? Radcliffe doesn't look hunchback. I mean, Igor is supposed to be hunchbacked, but Radcliffe is not hunchbacked. Oh, God.
And hunted by the police. Well, if you're going to concentrate on the dark side...
Sherlock!
Be careful, Mr. Frankenstein. You toy with wrathful forces.
I cannot argue with that.
They just placed Thanksgiving in the same preview, twice. So takeaways. Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus, is about a man who realizes that he is not God. Nor should he attempt to be God. He attempts to create life and succeeds, but in doing so, he destroys everything around him. This movie, Victor Frankenstein, with a C, is about a guy who decides he wants to create a monster, and only his poor little assistant, Igor, can show him the way. This is another attempt by Hollywood to placate you. To make you go to the theater and turn your brain off, and eat popcorn, and drink Coke. This movie has no soul, which is ironic, considering that the source material, when you look at what Frankenstein's monster really wanted to know, it was, do I have a soul? And unfortunately, I have to be the one to say that no, you don't, because of this movie. If you want to watch a good Frankenstein movie, go watch Mary Shelley's Frankenstein from 1994, starring Kenneth Branagh and Robert De Niro. It's not only entertaining, but it allows the cogs in your brain to work and move. Also, they know how to spell the main character's name. Victor. Not Victor.
Trailer trash.
So that's all I got, guys. Honestly, you'd be lucky to get me to watch this on Netflix. And if I'm being really honest with myself, I would probably never, ever watch this movie. Ever. And I really urge you not to. At least don't go to the theaters to see this garbage. I mean, it's Go watch a good movie. There's so many good movies that you can watch. Don't watch this piece of shit. That being said, am I way off base here? Did you watch the preview and really enjoy it? Do you think that you'll go to the movie theater? Or do you think you'll wait for DVD or Netflix or TV, or if you're me, and I hope you are, never, ever, 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 ever. I'm not trying to give the movie a hard time here. I mean, I'm just looking at what they're presenting to me, and I'm seeing the space between the lines here, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I want this movie to get buried, so please do not go watch this film. All that said, guys, you know the deal. Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and SoundCloud. You can go to movieholics.net to watch our latest video. We've got some big things in the works here soon, so keep your eyes peeled. And that's all I got, guys. I love you as always. Deuces.
Trailer trash.